Okay, our potted tree planting demo here is by Jim and Todd, and they're digging a hole a good bit wider than the width of the pot. Jim just checked the depth of the hole compared to the depth of the plug of roots that are in that pot, and when they're done digging the hole, they will make sure they've got the depth just right before they put the tree in. Take a shot of this. Jim is checking the height of the plug of roots inside the pot. Now he's going to check the depth of the hole and decide if he needs to fill in or not. Is there any fill-in needed?
No, we're good to go.
Okay, they're good to go. They're going to chop the bottom of the hole a little bit just to loosen up the dirt underneath so the roots will penetrate a little better. And then they'll be pulling the tree out of the pot and root pruning. Root pruning is something a lot of people are afraid to do because they think they're harming the tree. But when we put a tree in a black plastic nursery pot for your convenience so it's light and easy to handle, you'll need the root prune on the outside of these roots, and that way the tree will root out much faster. If you can see, every 2 to 3 inches Jim is cutting an inch deep into the sides, and when he bounces off a root he takes another stab at it and make sure that all the way around any spiraling roots are cut through, and then he's going to cut a bunch of times across the bottom. You can see it's quite a few cuts, and people are afraid that this is too aggressive for the tree, but it actually helps the tree grow much better in the long run over the next 30, 50, 100 years. You might slow it down a bit right this year, but it'll pay off big time in the long run.
Once it's in the hole, we don't move.
Are you recording?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now Jim is checking again, and if anything, you might want this plug of roots a ½ inch higher than surrounding ground, so he's going to be a little low on the top side and a little high on the bottom side, but within a ½ inch either way. Now they're going to backfill with this crumbly dirt that they dug out of the hole, and that's one nice thing. There's all kinds of room where nice crumbly dirt will be available for new roots to shoot right out into there between now and the end of the season. Because off of every cut, new roots can form and shoot straight out like the spokes of a wheel. This tree will root in very, very quickly. You can see how we're not filling the hole with water, we just fill with dirt, and then they'll make a dike around the tree of earth to hold water. Okay, you can see that the excess dirt, equal to the amount of soil mix that was in the pot, is being used to create a dike around the tree. This dike will hold the water that we put on the tree so that it soaks straight down and cannot run off downhill and water something other than the tree. And it's really important to do that because these small amounts of water that you put on frequently will be the key to rapid establishment of the tree without drowning the tree. Okay. Jim is using his hands to hump up the soil so we have a pronounced dike. This is going to draw the eye, but after about a year you can pull the mulch back and smooth the dike out. You won't need it anymore after a 1-year period. So this is going to hold that 5 gallons of water we're going to put on the first day. And then after that, this tree will get about 1.5 gallons of water a day the first month, and about 1.5 gallons of water a day the second month, and then a couple times a week after that. Okay, Todd is watering here. We're going to water a little extra heavy the very first day, but after that, just the amounts that are on the watering chart, the recommended amounts. Okay, you can see that it'll take a little bit to soak away, but it can't run downhill, and we are planning on a slight side hill, so this dike is retaining all the water for that tree and not watering the grass downhill. Okay, Jim is going to put the mulch on this tree. The mulch is mainly to keep the dike in place so heavy rains and watering won't erode the dike. And just remember, if you don't like the looks of the dike, after a year, pull the mulch aside, smooth out the dike, get rid of the soil, and you can have it just the way you want, nice level grade. But for the first year, this helps ensure the tree will be happy if you follow the watering chart.